Zimbabwe's economy is in freefall. The local currency, the ZiG, is collapsing. Its value evaporates daily. Businesses are struggling to survive. Basic goods are scarce. Prices skyrocket, leaving supermarket shelves bare. The people are desperate. This economic despair has ignited a firestorm of unrest. Public anger simmers, threatening to boil over. Protests erupt on the streets, met with swift police action. The situation is volatile, a tinderbox waiting for a spark. At the heart of this crisis lies the ghost of hyperinflation. Zimbabwe has been here before, in the dark days of 2008. The memories of that economic apocalypse are still vivid, a chilling reminder of what happens when a nation's financial system implodes. The current economic meltdown has far-reaching consequences. It has eroded the salaries of the security forces, the very guardians of the nation. This has created fertile ground for discontent within the military, a worrying development in a country with a history of coups. The Joint Operations Command, or JOC, is a powerful body in Zimbabwe. It is the nerve center of the nation's security apparatus, composed of the heads of the army, police, intelligence, and prison services. Their word carries weight, their decisions shaping the fate of the nation. In response to the deepening crisis, the JOC has been thrust into the spotlight. Their emergency meeting, convened behind closed doors, has sent shockwaves through the country. It is a clear indication of the gravity of the situation, the deep concern within the corridors of power. The JOC's composition is a reflection of Zimbabwe's turbulent political landscape. It is a microcosm of the power dynamics, the alliances and rivalries that define the nation's political elite. Their deliberations are shrouded in secrecy, but their decisions have far-reaching consequences. The JOC's emergency meeting is a sign that the situation is at a tipping point. The economic crisis has exposed the fault lines within the state, the fragility of the social contract. The JOC's actions in the coming days will be critical in determining the course of the nation. Within the barracks, whispers of discontent echo through the ranks. The economic crisis has hit the lower and middle-ranking soldiers hard. Their once stable salaries have been decimated by inflation, leaving them struggling to feed their families. This economic hardship has bred resentment, a sense of betrayal by the very government they swore to protect. The morale is low, the discipline fraying at the edges. The once unthinkable is now being whispered in hushed tones, a coup d'etat. The JOC's emergency meeting is partly a response to this growing unease within the military. They know the danger of a disgruntled army, the potential for it to destabilize the entire nation. The situation is further complicated by factionalism within the military. Loyalties are divided, allegiances shifting like sand in the wind. This internal power struggle adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Section 4, Coup d'etat, the looming shadow over Harare. The word coup hangs heavy in the air, a specter haunting the streets of Harare. It is a word whispered in hushed tones, a fear that lurks in the shadows. The recent economic collapse and the unrest it has unleashed have created a climate conducive to a military takeover. Zimbabwe has a history with coups. The 2017 removal of Robert Mugabe, orchestrated by the military, is a stark reminder of the army's willingness to intervene in political affairs. The current situation, with its echoes of the 2008 economic crisis that precipitated Mugabe's downfall, has stoked fears of a repeat performance. The JOC, aware of these historical parallels, is treading a fine line. They are acutely aware of the military's capacity to disrupt the fragile peace. Their challenge is to address the legitimate grievances of the soldiers without appearing to condone or incite a coup. The international community, wary of another coup, is watching the developments in Zimbabwe with bated breath. The African Union and the Southern African Development Community, or SADC, have both called for restraint, urging all parties to respect the Constitution. Section 5, Mnangagwa's Gambit, a race against time. President Emerson Mnangagwa is in a race against time. The economic meltdown, the whispers of a coup, the growing public discontent. These are the formidable challenges confronting his presidency. His every move is scrutinized, his authority tested. The JOC's recommendations are critical. They are likely to advise Mnangagwa to take drastic measures to stabilize the economy, including the controversial move to re-dollarize. This would mean abandoning the troubled ZG, a move fraught with political risks, but perhaps unavoidable in the current climate. Mnangagwa's dilemma is acute. He needs to act decisively to avert a complete economic collapse and quell the unrest. However, any misstep could be interpreted as weakness, potentially emboldening his rivals within the military and jeopardizing his grip on power. The international community, while wary of Mnangagwa's government, is also keen to see stability restored in Zimbabwe. They understand that a collapsed Zimbabwe would have dire consequences for the entire region, unleashing a wave of refugees and exacerbating existing regional tensions. Section 6. From ruins to recovery, a glimmer of hope. Zimbabwe stands at a crossroads. The path ahead is fraught with danger, but amidst the ruins there is a glimmer of hope. The JOC's emergency meeting, the whispers of discontent within the military, the looming threat of a coup, these are all indications of the gravity of the situation. However, they also underscore the urgency for change. The potential solutions being considered, such as dollarization and economic reforms, offer a lifeline, a chance to pull Zimbabwe back from the brink. These measures, if implemented effectively and transparently, could begin to restore confidence in the economy, alleviate the suffering of the people, and reduce the risk of further unrest. The road to recovery will be long and arduous. It will require a collective effort, a willingness to confront difficult truths, and a commitment to national unity. The international community also has a role to play, providing financial assistance, debt relief, and technical expertise to support Zimbabwe's recovery. The resilience of the Zimbabwean people should not be underestimated. They have endured decades of hardship, economic turmoil, and political repression. Their desire for a better future remains strong. The challenge now is to translate this resilience into meaningful action, to transform despair into hope, and to build a brighter future for all Zimbabweans.